and welcome to Ranger Stadium on what is senior night, regular season senior night for all the seniors of Smithson Valley as they take on the Hayes Hawks. Used to be Hayes Consolidated when they were really good, then they split and had different high schools in the district. Now they're not as good, but nevertheless, the Rangers won the opening toss and chose to defer, so they'll kick off to start tonight's game here at Ranger Stadium. Tony Brubaker alongside Brian Hill. Brian, this used to be a really good program, but the splitting of high schools really hurt them.
Yeah, and well, I mean, even since they've split, obviously there's 3 Hayes schools now with Lehman and Johnson. But just 2 or 3 years ago, they were in the 6A state semifinals. And so definitely breaking up and taking some enrollment has hurt. They're looking to get back on track, and hopefully the Rangers can secure a district championship tonight.
Clayton Amaya will kick it off. Back deep for them, expected to be Baker, Hernandez, and Villalobos. It really doesn't matter, though, as the ball sails through the end zone. Kenny Gonzalez was back deepest for Hayes. He'll be one of their running backs, and they'll have the ball 1st and 10 from the 25 as we get underway here tonight at Ranger Stadium, just a little past 7 o'clock now that we've kicked off.
Yeah, and from Hayes offensively, they run a little mix of Wagner, but from the pistol, so they'll kind of have that slot T, wing T type of offense from the pistol shotgun. A lot of the same type of plays. Rangers are going to have to be very assignment-oriented tonight on defense, and hopefully we can shut them down like what we did with Wagner.
Motion by quarterback, hands it off. First back through is tackled by the Rangers defensive linebacking core as he'll get a gain out to about the 31-yard line. So a gain of 6 on first down, and Rangers have played this way, as you mentioned Wagner before, but so they're used to this in some ways.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but, again, have to be assignment sound.
Slot back takes it from right to left in the offense, but the Rangers there again.
I think that was Alexander that came up. Braxton Alexander came up from the linebacker position. Filling in for Maynard, who is still out. Stone cold him right at the line of scrimmage to bring up a 3rd and short. But again, Hayes, even though their record isn't indicative of a dangerous team necessarily, anytime you play this offense, you got to be assignment oriented. If one guy misses their assignment, they can go for a big play.
Linford Noriega carried that one for not much. Here's the fullback again. Not much there for Anthony Hernandez, or Dylan Lofton, pardon me. As the Rangers stop that one, it'll be 4th and a couple, so I imagine they'll have to punt. Their punter is Andre Walker, and he's a senior. We'll see if they bring him out, and here comes the couple of subs, so we'll see.
Not a whole lot of guys subbing in. Not sure whether this is normal for them, but it looks like they're going to line up in an offensive set.
Quarterback is Tacoma Ames. He's a sophomore. So we'll see as they go for it on 4th or 2. It's a quick screen that got loose. The receiver is Lawton Baker, his 5th reception of the season, and he gets a first down as they had blockers out there, and he went away from the blocking.
And you can see on the replay here, Duffy took a chance, took a little bit of a gamble. You see him running upfield, comes inside of that block by the outermost receiver, and almost had a chance to pick 6 it the other way, or at least bat it down. Barely missed it, but because of that, the gamble didn't pay off. He was able to get the outside and pick up a first down.
So they go out of their normal slot T, and they've got 2 receivers on either side. Ames, again the quarterback, throws it out to the near sideline, and a catch is made out there by the receiver, who is Hayden Jackson.
Yeah, and going for it on 4th down from about your own 35-yard line in the first series of the game, when it's 4th and a good 3 or 4, not 4th and inches or anything like that, tells me that Hayes' mindset is, what do we got to lose tonight? Right. They would love to knock off the Rangers. Their playoffs hopes are, they can't make the playoffs, and so they got nothing to lose. So I'd expect to see them going for it and taking some chances tonight.
So a little more of a slot T look here. Again, the fullback is the fullback, Lofton, carries it, and he's got another first down for him as he gets into the secondary, as they've got, looked like a trap block there, and let him get through.
Yeah, just hitting it right downhill. And, again, these type of teams, these run teams, that's exactly what they like to do. They're okay with 3 or 4 yards a pop. a lot of times you would think, oh, they're running the ball, they're not that explosive. But again, if you're not assignment-oriented, they can bust you for a big one because you've got guys running everywhere, chasing every pitch guy and things like that. And so we have to get settled in on our keys here and see if we can make a stop.
They've got tight ends there now. Motion. Quarterback Ames keeps it. He gets hit, pitches it late, and a big loss as Gonzalez takes the pitch and is dropped clear back at the 45. That's a loss of almost 5. It'll be, what is that, 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, and their coach is telling their quarterback right now, Ames, that, hey, don't make a bad play worse. They wrapped you up there. Don't take a gamble. They're lucky that the ball was caught by Gonzalez, and it was still a pretty big loss on the play, but that could have ended very badly with a wild pitch there. So good stop by the Rangers, putting them in long yardage situations.
Gingrich got there. Now here's an inside handoff to the H-back. Avoids a couple of attackers. Davila gets to him, and then some other Rangers come in, and then a late block knocks some players down. No flag, though. Still short of a 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and about 2. As a nice run, again, by Kenny Gonzalez for about 13 yards.
Yeah, big chunk play there, 2nd and 15. So you got about a 12, 13-yard run there to set up 3rd and short, and what you got to assume is 4-down territory. If they're willing to go for it on their own 35, they're dang sure going to go for it when they cross midfield. So this is what those type of teams love, short yardage situations.
3rd and 2, fullback Lofton. Stacked up at the line, a little bit of a surge, but I don't think he got it. It'll be 4th and 1 as that interior line got to him and pushed him back.
Yeah, no hesitation whatsoever. They're going to go for it on 4th and 1 here, but pretty impressive drive by Hayes to start out this game. A couple big chunk plays, going for it, successful on a 4th down, gives them some momentum, and we'll see if the Rangers can stiffen up here on 4th and 1.
So 4th and 1 from the Rangers' 41-yard line. They give it to Lofton, and the fullback gets a 1st down as he has found a way to knife between his blockers and the defenders and get good yardage on almost every carry he's had. They're up to the Ranger 35.
Yeah, we brought a lot of pressure there, and Dudzikowski came free. But you can see him right there. He tackles the quarterback, and the quarterback's just barely able to get that handoff off.
Right.
But Dudzikowski putting a big hit on their quarterback there. But, again, another 4th down conversion by Hayes, and this is just fine for them. I think, in their mind, this is a successful drive regardless if they get points. They've already taken half the first quarter off the clock.
Indeed they have. Amos, inside handoff. That's Gonzalez going left to right. Gets a couple of yards before he's dragged down. Sosa on the tackle, but a gain of 2 makes it 2nd and 8.
And, again, that's kind of the recipe for this style of offense, right? A couple yards, go for it, get down to where, it's 3rd and 4th down conversions are less than a couple yards. Eat time off the clock, limit the amount of possessions, and you can see it's working for them right now. We're already under 6 minutes left and halfway done with the first quarter.
Little H-back, right to left, stood up. A good run again by Noriega. I think they spot him at the 25, so they're going to move the change. Another 1st down for the Hayes Hawks.
It's the 2nd time they've run that play, a little open sweep coming from one of the sniffer backs there, and they're able to capture the edge. We got a guy there coming downhill, but both times we've kind of missed that tackle that would have stopped it for, a 2 or 3 yard gain, and he's able to run through some of those arm tackles and pick up big chunks. So that's the 2nd time they've run it, both times over 10 yards on the rush.
7 minutes into the first quarter, they continue their drive. 1st and 10 from the Ranger 25. There's a pass out to the flat, and Leather completed pass. Duffy on coverage. Good job by the tight end, even Candina makes the catch. Gain of 5.
They got a good drive going here, and I think most importantly, they're running that clock. Haven't had any completions, and then they've run the ball the rest of the time. I think they're probably into double digits on this drive now as far as plays go. And
I think it's 11 or 12.
2nd and short. And that's just right, just how they drew it up on this first drive.
There's the fullback Lofton again, gets 3 or 4, so it'll be 3rd and short. for the Hawks. 3rd and about 2 as he stacked up. That was Woods. Hudson Woods with the tackle, primary tackle. A gain of 3 makes it 3rd and 2. They're taking every bit of the play clock as we've now gone over 8 minutes of the first
Kind of some
quarter.
of that old school where you don't really see it much. Actually got a receiver over there next to the coach, tells him to play, then he runs it all the way into the huddle, no signaling. So
little sweep going left to right. This is Gonzalez. He got a first down as he's inside the 15 to about the 13. It'll be 1st and 10 again for the Hayes Hawks as the drive now over a dozen plays continues, and it's moved the clock 8.5 minutes. So because we're so well prepared, they're running a different sequence or something and taking our keys away, don't you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're lying on their keys a little bit there. There's that play.
There's a good job. Noriega's caught in the backfield. Spradling gets there and makes the tackle for a gain or a loss of 1. It's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, and a lot of times, coming against the Rangers, knowing they're so disciplined, knowing they're so well coached, a lot of times offense will come up and with false keys just that they've been saving just for Smithson Valley. And I'm not sure whether that's something Hayes is doing right now, but definitely having success on this first drive and really driving the ball better than we've seen pretty much any team this year as far as a long drive goes. I think we're almost to about 15, 16 plays on this drive.
Ames rolls out, throws it to the end zone. It's incomplete, the first incomplete pass of the first quarter. And that is like the 13th or 14th or 15th play before they have an incomplete pass.
Yeah, so finally the clock will stop at 2 minutes and 24 seconds here in the first quarter. The Ranger offense has not seen the field yet and got a 3rd and long. But again, as they've already proven, even though they're in field goal range, I wouldn't be surprised, if they get 4 to 5 yards here and they feel like they can convert going forward on 4th down. Again, I don't know their kicking situation all that well, but I would imagine if it's 4th and over 5 or 6, they might take the points. But we'll just see how this 3rd down play goes.
So split receivers. Amos. Now there's whistles early. Maybe a false start.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, I think Hayes might be lucky that there was a false start because we timed up a blitz with Spradling coming off the edge, and he was free, and he was about to meet the mesh, and they probably tackle both guys.
Coach Hill really frustrated that one got stopped. I can see it, his body language on the sideline. As the play is stopped because of an early or a false start, so now it's 3rd and 16 back at the 19-yard line.
I think what he's saying is you can call that pretty much every time. Much like what we talked about in Wagner, those backs, those up backs that are in a 3-point stance, they're leaning forward almost every play to kind of get some momentum. And in theory, if you're moving towards the line of scrimmage, that's a penalty. So I think that might be what he's saying is.
Maybe so.
If you're going to call that, you might as well call it every time.
So he said something to the side judge on the near sideline who went and talked to the referee. So his point was made, but it's still 3rd and 16 from the 19. See if our referee will start the play clock at some point. Still holding everybody up.
Yeah, our game clock on our scoreboard's at 22 minutes, and so they're waiting for us to our game clock to get the right time up on the scoreboard before he puts the ball back in play.
Yeah, there seems to be some delay with that. There it is. 2:19 to go in the first quarter.
Our scoreboard now said this drive's taking too long. We got to add some time back up here on the clock for our offense here.
So 3rd down, everybody in tight. Pass play. Ames is chased, throws it late. It'll be incomplete, but it should have been a sack as the Rangers are in there again. Is that Goss?
That was Sosa, I believe.
Sosa, yes.
And I'll tell you what, we were lucky that Sosa had that pressure. They rolled out to the left and snuck one of their backs out to the backside. You could see that guy that's out there. He was wide open. Luckily, we had some pressure, and he wasn't able to get a clean throw off. But looks like Hayes is going to attempt a field goal here. But, again, regardless whether they make this field goal or not, you've got to think that they're pleased with how that first series went, taking almost 10 minutes off the clock.
Cameron Noto, a senior, is their kicker from the 26, a 36-yard field goal. And it's good. So they take almost 10 minutes of the first quarter clock and get a field goal and go up 3-0 here in the first quarter from Ranger Stadium. This is the Ranger Network.
Tarnation! You either gotta get that daggum thing removed or name it something. Yeah, right there. There's gotta be sawbones that can separate your path from Molezilla there.
Mozilla?
Hang on, fella. I've seen less wrinkles in a catcher's mitt. Actually, next time you get a call, you best be answering the iron. And those aren't crow's feet. They're pterodactyl feet.
Well, where do you reckon we go to fix them up?
I've heard of a place, Dermatology San Antonio.
Where's that? Spring Branch! But the name is Dermatology San Antonio!
It's in Spring Branch.
Yeehaw! Spring Branch!
Onside kick tried by Hayes to start us as we're back on the Ranger Network. Rangers recover it. Did you see who?
It went out of bounds, I believe.
Okay. All the way out of bounds, so the Rangers will have good field position to start.
Yeah, it was, again, we talked about it during the break. Hayes has absolutely nothing to lose, and so we were just talking about it. I wouldn't be surprised to see some onside kicks, some fake punts, some trick plays, some razzle-dazzle, some things like that, just to try to spoil the Rangers, last regular season home game where they can clinch the district championship there. And so they come out and they tried an onside kick. We were ready for it. Coming in hot, they let it go, and so it got out of bounds. So the Rangers are gonna take over at midfield.
1st and 10 from midfield. Freddie on the near sideline. 2 receivers on the far. Sowersby the tailback. We're going to throw on first down. Freund down the far sideline. The pass is incomplete. Great throw by Ryland. Just maybe a tad short on it. Didn't quite throw it far enough. His coverage on the play by Hayden Jackson made it incomplete.
Yeah, I see got a step a little bit there. Good recovery by the safety. They ran that little burst route that Champion ran on us last week that we have in our arsenal. We run so much of that inside receiver, run a little skinny post. Ryland rides the running back and bangs it to him. That time we faked that and then kind of went vertical, had a shot there.
So 2nd and 10. Motion by DeBose. We give it to Sowersby. Left side. Far sideline. Makes a nice run, about 5 or 6 yards. So it'll be 3rd and about 4 or 5.
Even though we didn't connect on that first play, I like it. I like the play call. We run that skinny post so often that even if we don't complete it right there, it lets future opponents who are watching film know that we have that in our arsenal. And hey, don't squat your safety down on our little skinny post right there, because we do have this option to go over the top. So I like the aggressive call to open up the game.
So 3rd and 5 from the 45. Fake to Sowersby. Freddie's got a stop route on the 30-yard line. Makes a catch, makes a man miss him, then gets spun down inside the 25. So a big gain of 21 yards on the first pass completion.
And that's one of those that we've seen that route a number of times. Right. It's so difficult. We say it every week. It's difficult for a corner because it's such a deep route, 20-yard, essentially 20-yard hook route. And Ryland throws that ball so well on time that corner's in full open and run mode, thinking, I don't want to get beat deep by Freddie here. And so a number of times we've seen that last couple weeks, and that's one of their favorite throws for a deeper ball down the field.
Motion again. Sowersby. That's a fake. Freddie's got it. Far sideline. And a last-second tackle, or he'd have been in the end zone. Dragged down there by one of the safeties, I think Joel Gonzalez.
Yeah, it looked like we had the edge there, had it sealed off, and then right at the last second, you can see Duffy kind of loses block, and then I guess that's number 0.
Oh, yeah.
Richardson
that's
lays out the shoestring tackle there. If he doesn't grab those ankles there, then Freddie walks into the end zone. But nonetheless, a good first down pickup for another explosive play, getting the Rangers inside the red zone.
Yes, Caden Richardson, a senior, tracked him down. So 1st and 10 from the 13. Sowersby up the middle, has a seam, gets popped, gets inside the 10, maybe the 9 before he's dragged down. A couple of different defenders had a piece of him. Bobby Brett.
Into the first quarter already.
And we're at the end of the first quarter. It's 3-0 Hayes. Rangers threatening, though, right here on the Ranger Network.
So, where are we eating?
With GVTC's blazing fast fiber speeds,
3.5 stars, not a chance we try anything under 4.
you might feel like other things in life are taking a little longer than before.
Ooh, what sounds better, La Fiesta or Dumpling Palace?
Oh, Dumpling Palace.
Ew, gross.
We may not be able to speed up your dinner decisions, but we can provide fast and consistent premium Wi-Fi to search all the available options. Enjoy the GVTC difference, and please be patient with things that may have seemed to
Wait, what are we gonna watch?
slow down a bit.
We're back to Ranger Stadium. Second down from the 9-yard line. Little handoff. Is that Freund?
That's Freund.
A little end around inside the 5. Should be close to a first down. We'll see where they spot it. At the 4 was first down yardage, and they do give him a first down. Nice little flip by Ryland.
Yeah, brought Freddie in motion one way and then kind of tossed it back to Freund going the other way. Good job him sticking his foot in the ground and going to get first down yardage. And so we'll have first and goal from the 4-yard line. And, man, that we were talking about during the break, that was a fast quarter there.
Wow, that was we just had the ball for 2 minutes. It just doesn't seem like that's right. So first and goal, Ryland. Sowersby, touchdown, just like that.
I'll tell you what, I've been really impressed with Sowersby the last couple weeks. I mean, he's always, been an explosive back, that glider that we talk about. But really the last 3 or 4 weeks, he has really developed the explosiveness and making that one cut, running physical, running through arm tackles. And he's been really, really impressive, especially in the last number of weeks. And you got to give credit to the big boys up front as well for the outstanding blocking.
Amaya on for the extra point,
Missed
and
it.
it's no good.
Hit the upright.
Hit the upright, and the Rangers lead it 6-3. Since we just took a break, we'll keep this one right here, right now. But you were just mentioning defense will make some adjustments. There won't be another 15-play drive by Hayes, you don't suspect.
I don't think so. Coach Worsty and his defensive staff, I mean, I'd put them up against, well, really the entire Ranger coaching staff, but now we're talking about defense right now. I'd put them up against any staff in the state of Texas as far as game planning and in-game adjustments go. You know, the old saying is, good coaches watch the film after the game and then make adjustments. Great coaches make adjustments at halftime, but the elite coaches make adjustments during the middle of the game. And Coach Worsty and his staff are elite on the defensive side of the ball, and so I would expect that they've spent most of that time there on the bench talking about maybe some of those false keys that they were seeing.
Who else is on that staff?
Coach Worstifer, you got Coach Haug, you got Coach Risen, you got little Coach Worstifer, you got Coach Bowman. I know I'm leaving somebody out, and they're going to get upset at me over there. But a lot of guys that have been there a long time with Coach Worstifer, and they do a great job. Obviously, you can see by the output of points that they don't allow each week, they do a great job, and I wouldn't be surprised to see. Again, I could be wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a quick drive here.
I wish you could see the dancing tubas in front of us that make us unable to see most kickoffs. That one goes through the end zone. So, again, when Amaya kicks it off, generally there's no return. They'll start from their own 25 for the second time. The first one was a 15-play drive that ended up in a field goal of 36 yards that was good. Rangers respond with a touchdown drive but miss the extra point. That leaves us at 6-3 with 11:17 to go in the second quarter.
I forgot Coach Bowman and Coach Reeve. I didn't want to leave anybody off there. I was thinking about it that whole time because I knew that I'd catch grief if I left somebody off there. So Coach Worsty and his defensive staff there.
I knew you had the roster, so you'd figure out eventually. This looks like Lofton, the fullback, starts on first down and gets 4 or 5 yards. Actually, they mark him just a gain of 3 at the 28.
I'll say this about Hayes: their O-line is coming off the ball and being physical, and their backs are running downhill and running hard. And like we've already discussed, they're not playing for playoff spots or district championships or anything like that. But Hayes has a proud tradition, and they're going to come in and they're going to fight hard. And like we said before, they would love nothing more than to spoil the Rangers' night and give them their first district loss and keep them from the district championship.
So here we go, 2nd and 7. This is an inside handoff to the H-back. Again, that was Noriega, who's carried the ball several times tonight. He gets a couple of yards up to the 30, so it'll be 3rd and 5 as the Rangers run him down there. And I think that was Alexander in on the play.
Yeah, and that's the adjustments we're talking about right there. That's the play that they ran twice in the first series, both of which were over 10-yard gains. That little sweep play to him. This time we adjusted and had some people up front and tackled them for a short gain. And so that's kind of those adjustments that we're talking about. They're going to spread it out here in a 2-by-2 set.
They do. Hand off to the fullback, and he's caught in the backfield. Dudzikowski again on the play, as that'll set up 4th and 4. As the Rangers do a better job of reading all that's going on.
Yeah, Dudzikowski, and then Miller comes in and cleans it up. And again, no hesitation by the Hayes coaching staff. They're talking about it over there. I would think that this is pretty much the exact same situation they had in the first drive, where they had 4th and about 4 to 5 from their own 30-yard line.
I think the first time it was 4th and 2, but I understand. I mean, I can see
they
why.
Got nothing to lose, and so here we go.
So in a 6-3 game on 4th and 5, they're going to go from it from their own 30-yard line. Ames takes the snap, and again, we have whistles blown, probably a false start. And
delay of game. They ran out of time.
Delay of game, so 5 yards. It'll be 4th and about 9 now.
Be interesting to see if we see the punt unit come out now, Yeah,
Looks
here
like
they come.
a different group is coming out, so they may punt for the first time.
Again, if they got some sort of fake that they've been working all week, I wouldn't be surprised to see it. Again, I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but they got nothing to lose. They might as well. If they're willing to go for it on 4th and 4, then they're probably willing to maybe try what they think is their best shot at a fake punt on 4th and 9.
Andre Walker, a backup quarterback. And
I didn't see what happened. Somehow Gingrich just scored a touchdown. Was it a bad snap, or did we block it and take it off his foot?
I'm looking up Andre Walker, thinking he's about ready to kick it, and then I watch Gingrich run into the end zone.
Yeah, I'll have to watch the replay.
Here it is.
That's Duffy, the return man.
Well,
he's getting fired up for his teammate there.
So Gingrich steals the punter's punt, and the Rangers have a touchdown. And it's now 12. We're going to go for the extra point and see if Amaya can put this one between the uprights, which he has for the last couple of years. This one's up, and it's good. 13-3. Rangers go up by 10. 8:42 to go in the second period. We're back after this timeout on the Rangers Network.
Guys, look what just came in. Just in time.
Please tell me it's our hats.
It is, but these aren't the right ones.
Oh, great. What are we gonna do now? These will never work.
Hey, I know. Why don't we call your dad, no? Jeremy Fuller, State Farm Insurance, can help with anything.
Well, usually he can, but... Great idea. He helps my grandma with her business insurance. Yes, he does that, but not...
Yes, he even helped my mom with her boat insurance.
Yes, that's great, but he doesn't insure shipping.
There they are. I've been looking all over for those. The teachers are having a pool party after swim practice is done. And I think you're looking for these.
Thanks, Principal Snyder. Now we are ready.
And so are we.
Let's do this!
And we're back. Got some policing of something on the field about the 28-yard line. where we weren't because everybody was down there. But anyway, the blocked punt returned by Gingrich for a touchdown gives the Rangers a 10-point lead at 13-3, and Amaya will kick off again for the Rangers. Now kicking with the wind.
Yeah, a little right to left wind, but it's helping a little bit, so you'd expect to be, unless he wants it to be, it should be out of the back of the end zone. And it will.
High and far. And dots the hole in R and goes through the end zone. So Hayes will have the ball again from the 25. And we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, we've got 8 minutes and 42 seconds left in the second quarter, and our offense has been on the field for one possession, maybe 6 plays, and we got a 10-point lead now. So, you know, a mixture of Hayes getting on some long runs and also defense and special teams creating a turnover and a score of their own.
Down by 10, they go 2-by-2 receivers. Ames wants to throws it late. It's incomplete. One of his receivers went about 5 yards and just kind of sat down. He had pressure from the Rangers, and then he just chucked it to Noriega a little bit low, incomplete.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, you know, Hayes, their approach from here on out. You know, now they're down 2 scores. Are they going to try to throw the ball a little bit more? You know, obviously what was working in that first drive was the long runs, and we'll see what they do here.
Ames wants to throw out of the backfield, basically, is Noriega. It's incomplete. It's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Noriega's probably pretty lucky that that he wasn't able to grab that one. Duffy came off of his receiver, recognized the route, and he was going to be right there right when he caught it. Good job of him pulling off once he realized it was an incomplete pass. But, again, this is not the Hayes comfortable offense that they want to be running. They want to be running the ball, but now they're down 2 scores. They open up with 2 pass plays, 2 incompletions, and the clock is stopped now.
To the fullback, a good gain, 5, 6, 7. Had a couple of Rangers. Miller was there. Spradling helped clean it up, but a gain of 8 to the 33. It's now 4th and 2. My guess is they'll go for it again.
I would imagine so. I think that 4 to 5 yard mark is kind of their magic. Less than that, go for it. More than that, punt it. And looks like they're going to go for it now. They picked up a pretty good chunk there on 3rd down and got 8 yards, so they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
So everybody's in tight on this one. They give it to the fullback again. We've got penetration, but he keeps his feet and scrambles enough. It looks like he's got a 1st down at the 35.
Barely got it. It was a good job by him breaking that initial tackle. I think the first Ranger defender arrived. If we're able to get him on the ground with that first guy, I think he's short, but he does a good job of fighting through that first one and kind of laying out to get to that line right at the 35 and pick up a big 1st down for them.
That keeps the clock rolling. Now it's 7.5 to go in the second quarter. Combination of Miller and Roberts and Alexander in to stop the play. Clock continues to roll now as they break the huddle with 7 on the play clock, so they're going to have to hurry a little bit. Ames takes the snap. He wants to throw. Has a double move on the far sideline, but he'll get sacked. That's Owen Hack, and they're throwing him down back at the 28-yard line. It's a big loss for 2nd and long.
Tell you what, great play by Hack, realizing quarterback scrambling his way, and he was actually being double teamed. So it looked like quarterback was going to be able to scramble out the back, the front door here. He realized it, knows he's got to keep inside pressure at the very least. I mean, to keep outside contained, force the ball carrier back inside. He spins out of it, and he's still able to make the sack after being double teamed. Really, really great play by Owen Hack there.
Good job by the senior. His 3rd sack of the season. Rangers didn't have a sack last week at Champion. We couldn't get him down in the back. Now they're getting some tonight. Fullback again, tries to bounce it out, gets met. Now everybody's there. A bunch of blue shirts around him. I think it was Dudzikowski that hit him first, and then everybody on the defensive line picked him up.
We talk about assignment football, so those D linemen did their job there. They crashed everything down. That ball is designed to hit in the A or B gap, but we're slanting underneath with our D line. It forces a bounce out to the next gap, and there's Dudzikowski coming downhill with a good gap exchange right off the hip, and he's right there waiting for him for a loss on the play.
Now 3rd and 15. They've got to get to the 45 for a first down. Ball at the 30. 2 receivers to the far sideline. Ames wants to throw. Pressure. He avoids one guy. Now throws it up for grabs, and they make a catch. A great catch, in fact. That's Noriega.
He fumbled.
And
they
they're going
blew
to call
the
him
whistle too
down
early.
as he's spinning around with someone holding on to his leg. Up to the 48-yard line. That's a first down pass from Ames to Noriega. There you see the Rangers.
See here, I think the ball comes out well before he's down.
Davila.
Well, maybe his knee had hit the ground, but
yeah, he was. I think
that was a heck of a catch by him. We had him dead. We had the quarterback dead to rights, and then he kind of just launches it up as a prayer.
And we had someone right there on him too.
Able to go up and get it.
So now in tight, it's the fullback again. Gain of about 5 up to the Rangers 47. And Goss, one of those in on the tackle.
And they're kind of getting back on schedule, getting 4 or 5 on first down. They got the whole playbook open, knowing that they've got 3 more downs to get it because they've already shown they want to go for it on 4th down. So, and more importantly to them, that clock is rolling.
Tacoma Ames, the sophomore quarterback, hands it to the fullback. Lofton again, nice run. Big strides. Now, pardon me, that was the wide receiver running back, Caden Richardson, the senior that also plays defense. He had the carry there, and that's first down to the Rangers 37.
Yeah, the Ranger defense has been on the field a lot here in this first half. With Hayes going on some long drives, and then also them, getting that punt block for a touchdown. Defense going right back out there. So they've been on the field quite a bit.
1st and 10, inside handoff to the H-back. I think that was Richardson again. Gain of about 5 to the 32. Spradling comes up from the pile.
Again, just what the doctor ordered for Hayes. 4 or 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, this drive's gone 3.5 minutes already. Trying to milk out the rest of the second quarter clock at 3:50 and rolling.
Yeah, they would be just fine. They would be just fine with taking the entire length of this half right here and running out the clock.
So 2nd and 5, it's Noriega. Going to the far side, gets popped and put down.
Good tackle.
I think that was Alexander that got him.
It was, yeah, Braxton Alexander. Great form tackle right there. Gets him around the legs, wraps his legs up, and then drives him into the ground. Can't go anywhere. But again, Hayes is, 3rd and relatively short and 4-down territory here. So
3rd and 3 from the 30. Game clock will go under 3 minutes to play by the end of this one. Motion, Noriega going far side. We've got someone there with their back turned to him, and we put him down.
Yeah, it was Gingrich coming off the edge from his cornerback position. Didn't have a wide receiver to his side, so he's playing tight to the box. They got a guy coming to try to kick him out, and he goes and blows it up. Well, while he does that, kind of gets spun around. And so even though he didn't make the tackle, he forced Noriega to keep having to push the wide, slowed him up a little bit to allow the rest of the pursuit to come make the tackle.
Goss and Davila both got there to help. So the ball at the 29, it's 4th and 2. They've got to get to the 27. Are they going to – got a bunch of people out on the field. They're going to call a timeout, or they're just going to go for it?
I think they're going to
play clock's under 5. They're going to call a
timeout.
timeout. So 2:19, 2:18 to go on the game clock. We'll keep this one here as the Rangers have a chance to stop this 4th down. They've done it. Well, we've blocked a punt, but they've made every 4th down other than that, right?
Yeah, I think every 4th down conversion that they've actually attempted an offensive play, they've been successful on it. They were about to go for it on 4th down and then had that false start penalty, which pushed them back to cause the punt.
Right.
But every one that they've gotten off, they've been successful on it. So, that's the goal of the kind of this slot T, wing T, is to get yourself in position to have those 3rd and 4th down in short yardage situations, because that's where you pride yourself on that.
Sure.
Hey, this is what we're built for right here. They think they have confidence in themselves to be able to get 1 or 2 yards, whether it be with that fullback dive or banking on the defense, cramming everybody inside to stop the dive, and then pitching it out to somebody out on the edge. So, again, Ranger defense is been out on the field a lot, and so we'll see if they can bow up here on 4th down and give the Ranger offense their only second drive of the first half before halftime.
So Rangers again want to stop. They'd have a little over 2 minutes to go, a little under 2 minutes to go maybe. They come out of the huddle in a hurry. A lot of time on the play clock. They give it to an H-back, and he's got a first down. That was Richardson again, who's turned in to be their most valuable runner other than the fullback, as he's got first down yardage up to the Ranger 26 on another fourth down conversion.
4th and 2, they get 3. They don't get it by much, but nonetheless, they're perfectly happy with that, and they're going to take their time, and they're thinking whether we score or not, the Ranger offense is not going to get this ball back this half, and so we're following the script to a T almost for the Hayes Hawks offense.
Play comes in from the sideline. Now they're all tight. A little H-back to the near side from left to right of the offense. That was Little Gonzalez, I think. Yes, Kenny Gonzalez had the carry for about 3, maybe 4 yards to the 22.
Yeah, and they're having a variety going right now. A lot of different guys are getting handoffs and carrying the ball, and again, we're going to have to play good assignment defense going forward.
Little flip to Noriega, get a good kick out block, but good pursuit and gets there. That was Spradling, wasn't it? That got there, and they actually lost a couple of yards back to the 24. So it's 3rd and 8.
Yeah, I didn't see who it was. It might have been Woods. Somebody on the D-line got upfield pretty early, didn't make the tackle, but made Noriega bump and bubble and not get the edge right away, which allowed Spradling to be able to run downhill and make that tackle.
So the game clock under 50 seconds to go right now. See if they run a play here on 3rd and long, but they're going to run the clock out one way or another. He wants to throw. There's everybody in the backfield. Sosa took the ball out of his hands. I think they blew it dead. They did. Caleb Sosa says, look what I got. Or is that Roberts? Is that Roberts?
I think.
Yeah, Roberts came and took the ball out of his hand.
So Coach Hill's going to call a timeout here. 4th and really long. Don't know if they're going to try a field goal or not, but he's thinking that, if they try a long field goal, there's a good chance he either misses or we block it. And even if they do make it, as explosive as we are on the special teams, with our return game, might have a chance to get back into scoring territory enough to maybe get into Amaya's field goal range. So he takes a timeout to talk about this 4th down and also stop the clock.
So that's Coach Hill with Coach Hill.
Yes.
Talking about what could come next if we get the ball right away.
Yeah, they're talking about, okay, let's talk through the situation. We got 2 timeouts here, so regardless whether they make this or miss it or whatever, we should have around 20 to 25 seconds with 2 timeouts. So they're kind of going through their 2-minute menu there, discussing which plays they want to start off. You always, in a 2-minute situation, would like to get a big chunk on your first play. That way it stops the clock, and you can run up there and either spike it and save a timeout, or you can get out of bounds. And so they're discussing what they're going to run once they get the ball back here. Looks like they're going to try a long field goal.
They're going to try a field
47, 48-yarder.
The holder is Walker, who's their punter. Noto is their kicker. And they're going to call a timeout with 30 seconds to go. I'm sure this will be a short timeout, so we'll keep it here. Coach Les Goad in his 6th year, 38-26 that record. Again, you mentioned 2 years ago, or 3 seasons ago, they made it all the way to the state semifinals.
Yeah, in 6A. And so, obviously with those new schools opening up, particularly Johnson has opened up in, I think, the last 4 or 5 years ago. And so really the last time that Hayes had that deep playoff run, they still had their full class of juniors and seniors prior to Johnson taking most of them. But once the Johnson effect had gone fully, you've definitely seen a drop-off there as, they kind of – some of those athletes have moved out to different schools.
They were 6-4 last year. They're 3-5 this year. It is 4th and 15 from the 31.
They're lined up in an offensive set.
They're going offense now and not a field goal try with 30 seconds to go.
Not sure what the delay is.
Our referee still got his hand up.
Oh, our clock operator. We had 3 minutes again.
Oh.
Now we're back, 31 seconds, so should be good here.
So the play clock begins, 31 ticks left. Ames will take the snap, rolls to the right. He's got 2 receivers over here. Now a receiver coming backside. He makes a completion, and that's going to go almost to the end zone as we push him out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. I think that was Jace Thomas, one of their tight ends, and he kind of wiggled away from the backside. It is Thomas, and we're chasing. Dudzikowski comes over, and he'll push him out of bounds inside the 10 with Spradling right behind him.
Yeah, is rolled out to the right, and then the tight end screen throwback. Gingrich saw it, but they had a blocker that nipped him.
So 21 seconds, it's a halfback. Oh, my goodness, Richardson's going to get into the end zone. Caden Richardson just met somebody about the 5 and just muscled his way and scores a touchdown for the Hayes Hawks. They average 22 points a game on the season. They've got 9 right now in the first half with an extra point to come.
Yeah, you can see Hack is right there, makes initial contact. He was looking elsewhere and kind of got hit. You know, obviously if Hack sees that coming, he might be able to get down and get lower leverage and make a stop there. He had kind of had his head turned, but good physical run there and able to pay it off.
Extra point is up, and it's good. It's 13-10 on the 7-yard touchdown run by Richardson.
Yeah, and if you're Hayes, I mean, I don't think you can script this. Obviously, yeah, they could be happy if they were winning, but as far as scripting how they would their style of football and their brand, I think that this falls right in line with that. I mean, they're only down by 3 points, and the Ranger offense has only had 1 possession the entire half. They've had 2 drives of over 6 minutes.
That one was 7.5 minutes.
7.5, and the first drive was about 9.
8.5.
9.5, yeah, something like that. Yeah. And so, then they get points out of both drives. And so, again, that's exactly what that style offense that's what they want to do is shorten the game, limit the amount of possessions, keep the ball on the ground, and then find themselves within shouting distance in the fourth quarter, and then they say anything can happen in the fourth quarter. So, again, they're pretty happy. Even if they go down into the halftime down 3 points, they're going to be happy.
And they're not going to let us return a kickoff here, so they're going to squib it or onside kick it or do something, maybe pop it up. But we've almost scored on one of those too, so they're going to do something. They've watched enough film to know that our special teams.
I would doubt that they would try another onside kick and run the risk of giving the ball at the 50-yard line because we can run one play and be in field goal range.
Right.
But I don't think that they're going to kick it deep to Freddie or Duffy. There might be a little bloop kick or a squib or something like that.
They had too many players on the field. They had 12 as they broke the huddle. Here's a kick deep. Freddie will take it a yard deep in the end zone and down it, so we'll have it at the 25.
It'll be interesting to see here. 14 seconds. You do have 2 timeouts left, but after all the craziness of the first half and everything like that, the offense is itching to go do something. But at the same time, you could take your 13-10 lead at halftime. You come out, you got the ball in the second half. Hopefully you go down and score, make it a two-possession game again. So my guess is they might throw something here to the sideline. If they get a first down, able to get out of bounds, then they might do something from there. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a handoff and just take it to the half either.
So Rangers send 3 receivers out to the far sideline. Walker out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, wants to throw. Throws it across the middle. There's Duffy who goes down. He might have run forever.
Yeah, he scores.
Goodness.
And right before the play, I'm like, what? Hayes had just their normal defense lined up. We had 3 receivers to the field, and they just had 3 guys. It was man coverage across the board, and we kind of ran a little one guy clear out, and Duffy comes in right behind him, and if he keeps his feet, then there's nobody. There's nobody there. He's walking into the end zone.
Goodness. So we draw a play up that might get us a touchdown, but he slips and falls on the turf, which is no doubt a little bit damp from all the rain we've got, but still.
Yeah, I think he saw end zone and maybe made a cut and then kind of slipped a little bit and fell.
Yeah, I think his inside or his right foot as he's kind of trying to pivot and turn on it gave way.
Yeah, but again, I just am a little bit confused by the defensive alignment there. I mean, you think 14 seconds.
Prevent
prevent or have some linebackers playing underneath coverage or something like that. But they were playing their normal defense with their linebackers in the box, tight to the box as if they're trying to stop the run. And we had 3 one-on-one matchups outside. And so let's see if they make an adjustment here.
We're going to have 3 receivers on the near sideline. Sowersby the back.
They got it again. We got one-on-one coverage.
So with 9 ticks, Walker's going to throw. Throws it to Freddie over the middle. He's tackled, and another timeout is made with 3 seconds to go. So the ball will be at the 43. 1st and 10 for the Rangers, who will use a timeout and have a chance for one more play.
Yeah, it picked up 2 big chunks there, so not enough to get into field goal range, but well within Ryland's arm strength to be able to put one into the end zone just to give us a chance at a jump ball. And so 2 plays in a row where we got 20-yard chunks there, and so good use of the timeout, and so now we'll have a chance for kind of a Hail Mary type of throw into the end zone.
So you saw the replay. Freddie had to go up a little bit, and it might have been a shade to knock him off his stride, or he might have gone farther.
Yeah, they had a little bit better coverage right there. Of course, you never know with his speed. If he catches it in stride, he might outrun everybody. But yeah, good job of hanging on to that. And actually, if you ain't going to score, then it's a good job of getting tackled right there to leave ourselves 3 seconds for at least one more. So I would expect to see either Hail Mary here or maybe, the old hook and ladder, Boise, whatever you want to call it.
We're going to try a field goal from 50 yards. A 60-yard field goal.
60-yard field goal.
Clayton Amaya.
Okay. He's got the leg.
Not much of a win, but it's kind of behind him.
He's going to use their last timeout.
They're going to use their last timeout.
I bet you they're going to put a guy in the end zone as like a punt returner, the old Alabama versus Auburn deal.
Yeah.
So it's going to be important for our guys to get out in their coverage lanes just in case Amaya doesn't get it there. But we've seen, Amaya's got the leg. He kicks out of the back of the end zone all the time, and during pregame, he's hitting from 50-plus as far as leg strength goes. So it'll be interesting to see. Like you said, there's some wind, but not a whole lot of wind. It's not.
Yeah, it's there. It's just not strong.
It's a little right to left and helping a little bit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it'll be exactly 60 yards. So not exactly something you see common of a high school kicker trying it from 60 yards. But
not many coaches would try it unless you had a kicker you knew could do it.
Yeah, I'm surprised Hayes doesn't have a guy deep back there just in case. So
Clayton Amaya from 60 yards on the final play of the first half. Got a great look at it right there. The kick is up. He hooked it. Tried a little too hard. Maybe just didn't get it cleanly. So it goes to be no good. And that is our halftime score. 13-10. Rangers by 3 over the Hayes Hawks. The 7-1, 5-0 Rangers continue in the second half after the halftime festivities here on the Ranger Network.
Guys, look what just came in. Just in time.
Please tell me it's our hats.
It is, but these aren't the right ones.
Oh, great. What are we going to do now? These will never work.
Hey, I know. Why don't we call your dad, Hill? Jeremy Fuller, State Farm Insurance, can help with anything.
Well, usually he can, but...
Great idea. He helps my grandma with her business insurance.
Yes, he does that, but not...
Yes, he even helped my mom with her boat insurance.
Yes, that's great, but he doesn't insure shipping.
There they are. I've been looking all over for those. The teachers are having a pool party after swim practice is done. And I think you're looking for these.
Thanks, Principal Snyder. Now we are ready.
And so are we.
Let's do this.
Welcome to Summerhill Dental, your Hill Country dentist. We are located just a few miles from Smithson Valley High School and ready to serve the entire family's needs. We specialize in same-day crowns, implants, sleep apnea, and whole health smiles. We love our community, and we are proud to call ourselves Rangers. Come see us today.
And your Colonel, Emma Howell, with her dad, Kevin Howell. Social officers are Vice President Paisley White and her dad, Tim White, and President Jessica Day. Her dad, Philip Day. Silver Spurs Spirit Girl of the Week is Kendall Keller, and the Dancer of the Week is Aubrey Cole. Tonight, the Silver Spurs and Silverados will be performing their loved ones to We Go Together from Greece. The movie played by your incredible Ranger Band. The Silver Spurs are under the direction of Melanie Phillips and Lindsay Gilliam. Silverado officers are Headline Officer Cecilia Warnock, Line Officer Emily Crouch, Line Officer Caroline Orsak, Line Officer Sydney Salas. Silverado of the Week is Ashlyn Paradez, and the Dancer of the Week is Riley Bryant. The Silver Spurs and Silverados would like to thank Joni's Dance Studio, Texas Equity Lending, and the local The Branch Restaurant. Thank you for your continued support. Let's hear it one last time for your Silver Spurs and Silverados. Next, the band will perform their UIL marching show entitled The Voice Within. The show will feature the music from Peter Lindo, Rihanna, Christina Aguilera, Jake, Imogen Heath, and Ben Hilton. Soloists for the Ranger Band include Lauren Feliciano, Ainsley Wyatt, Aurora Rubio, Omar Cabrera, and Aiden Kellner.
14-10 at half. And yes, do not change your dial. That is the real score because, as Brian told me, they had the ball for over 20 minutes of the first 24 minutes of football.
Yeah, I think the Rangers had 3 minutes and 12 seconds of total possession there in that first half. Obviously, one full drive. Their second drive, they didn't get it back until 14 seconds left and kind of threw 2 passes and then tried a 60-yard field goal, so not even really a full possession. So really the Rangers only had the ball one time in the first half. Obviously,
the block punt, scores.
Yeah, block punt, scoop, and score. Special teams scored a touchdown there, but Rangers really scored on their only possession that they got. And so, but we did defer in the first half, and so we'll get the ball here in the second half. Hopefully, offense can go down and punch it in and extend this back to a 2-score lead. And then I bet you our defense made some adjustments, and we'll see if we can get a stop and repeat the process and see if we can extend this lead even more. But again, I think it goes back to what we've been talking about. This is exactly what the kind of ball game Hayes wants to be in, is short game, limited possessions, and then just find a way to be within striking distance in the fourth quarter. And they certainly followed that formula, and it's paying off for them so far, only being down 3 points to the #1 team in the district.
So as we told you, Smithson Valley won the toss. They chose to defer, so they'll receive the second half kickoff, and we'll have the wind at our backs in the third quarter because of that. What wind there is, it just kind of depends on which flags you look at, because the American flag at half staff is blowing fairly strong, probably 10 to 15 miles an hour, kind of more south to north, but maybe more southeast to northwest. In any event, the Rangers will have the wind.
And again, we talked about them taking chances and got nothing to lose. Wouldn't surprise me to see another onside attempt here.
Noto kind of angles it like he's going to do an onside kick, and does so. And there's a flag. They were offsides.
We recovered it anyways, I believe.
Yeah, we got it.
I think that was 33, Cannon Day.
Yeah.
Good job by him. Catches it before it gets to the big hop and squashes it right there. So we get the ball right there. And the Ranger offense will start with great field position past midfield.
Trying to see where they're going to mark it. Maybe they're 48. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Hayes. Well, they're going to go 5 yards off of that. So at the 43 because of the penalty. See where they're going to mark it. Boy, they're really struggling. They're going to put it at the 44. So in any event, Ryland Walker and the offense come out. 2 receivers near side. And H-back along with Spradling is the tailback here. And the first play of the second half. Walker fakes to Spradling, has some pressure, has to throw it, and throws it out of bounds. So incomplete.
Yeah, I didn't see the route combination down here, but it was obviously one of those ride and pull it. Good job by Ryland. I don't think either the receivers got jammed up or miscommunication, but he didn't force it. Got out of harm's way, throws the ball away to live to fight another down as opposed to taking a negative play there, or even worse, a turnover.
Correct. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Freddie comes to the near sideline to Bose. We've got a receiver to the far side as well. Can they get an H-back?
Throwing might be a reverse type deal. No.
Ryland to throw. Freddie about a 20-yard stop. Good defense that time, as the back that time, Hayden Jackson, was right with him and read it as a stop route and stayed right there.
Yeah, I was watching the deep sideline referee, and he reached for his flag and grabbed it and then didn't end up pulling out. You could see maybe right at the top of the route, receiver grabbing him pretty good. That time they were squatting on that deep 20-yard hook route, and so pretty good defense, but I thought he maybe grabbed him at the top of the route.
He kind of came inside and might have got his right arm hooked.
So we'll see here, 3rd down. I would imagine if we pick up good yardage here, it'd be 4-down territory, but let's just go ahead and get it on 3rd down.
2-by-2 receivers. Walker to throw. Has time. Over the head of Duffy, incomplete, so it's 4th down from the 44. And the punt unit looks like it's coming on the field. So the Rangers unsuccessful on their initial drive, which took all of 19 seconds here in the third quarter.
Yeah, obviously not ideal situation coming out of half. You know, only getting one possession, full possession in the first half. You'd like to think get the ball first in the second half, go down and score and extend this to a 2-possession lead. But, you know, hopefully we'll be able to pin them real deep here and get the ball back in even better field position.
Amaya, that will take a right-hand bounce and go into the end zone. He tried to angle it to the near sideline, aiming for about the 10, but as soon as it bounced right and rolled into the end zone.
Yeah, unfortunate. It was a good low line and angled kick, and a lot of times that'll either stop or kick left out of bounds. But as you said, it took a funny hop and kicked right and then rolled right through the end zone. So really we're only going to net about 20 yards on that punt, you know, because we were punting from about the 40-yard line. So really only about 20-yard net.
Yeah, 24 yards. So Hayes comes out. They had an 8.5 minute drive and a 7.5 minute drive and some other possession in that first half. They start with split receivers. Amos, H-back, reverse. It's Gonzalez. He gets spun around after about a 4-yard gain up to the 24, maybe the 25. They'll spot him, a gain of 5. It's 2nd and 5 as the Ranger defense is back out there again like it seems like they were the whole first half.
Yeah, and that's that play that they've had some success with in the first half. And the one time we stopped it for a minimal gain was we got pressure up on the D-line. That time they were able to capture the edge, and it got all the way down to our safeties. Our safeties did a good job of making an open field tackle to keep it only a 5-yard gain. But we'd like to see some penetration by the D-line up the field to not let it even get to our safeties. 2
receivers to the far side. Fullback takes the handoff. He gets chopped down, falls forward to the 29, a gain of 4. They give Duffy credit for the tackle, but someone got him low.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Someone hit him low originally, and Duffy kind of cleaned it up a little bit. But again, just what Hayes wants. 3rd and short here. Successful plays on 1st and 2nd down, and so you can expect them here to hand the ball off, try to get it first, and if they don't get it, you can expect them to go for it on 4th and short.
So 3rd and 1 from the 29-yard line. Everybody in tight, the Ranger defense in tight. They give it to the fullback, and the line pushes him forward for a 1st down to the 32. Cannon Day among those in there, along with Sosa. But the Ranger defense hacked down at the bottom of the pile as well. Gives up the 1st down, and there got the clock rolling now close to 10-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. And they've got another 1st down.
And they're going to take their time, much like they did in the first half. They're not going to change their script any. Obviously, they did what they wanted to do in the first half, and now they've got even more momentum after having a big stop, a 3-and-out on their first defensive possession. So they're going to take their time and hopefully go on another one of those 8-minute drives.
Everyone in tight. Fullback takes the handoff, bounces off a defender, then falls forward for a gain of 2 or 3 up to the 36. Duffy was in there, but so was Sosa and also Goss.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Hayes' running backs. No matter who's getting the ball, and there's a variety of them. You know, there's a lot of times we're making contact right at the line of scrimmage or maybe after 1 yard, and they're doing a good job of fighting forward and keeping their legs turning. All of a sudden you think it's, okay, we stuffed him, and you look up and it's a 4-yard gain or a 5-yard gain. And so that play didn't look like much, but it kept them on schedule with a 4-yard gain.
So from the 36, everyone tight. H-back coming far side, near side. We hit him initially and stop him there. Maybe a gain back to the line of scrimmage. Don't know who hit him first, but somebody stood him up. Was it Dudzikowski or was it Hack?
Not sure, but I know we talked about earlier, they ran that little sweep play that they've gotten the edge so many times. And we said earlier that it was important to get penetration with the D-line to not let them get outside. That time we did with our defensive end, made him cut up field, and we had a bunch of Rangers there waiting for him. So
Cannon Day is in the middle, by the way, where Braxton Alexander was first half. Cannon Day starts the second half in the middle. So everybody tight again on 2nd and long, 2nd and 7. Amos to run, has pressure, being chased, throws it up in the air, and the Rangers will pick it off down the sideline. That's Spradling, and that's a Ranger touchdown. Goodness. Our offense hasn't had the ball to score, but now special teams and defensive scores have us up now by 19-10 with the extra point to come.
We'll take it any way we can get it. That time they motioned was a Noriega out of the backfield. And they kind of ran a flood rail route, and we actually, Gingrich did a great job. He was trying to almost cover 2 guys, but we had pressure, and I think if he was able to set his feet and make a throw, they had an open receiver, but we hit him right when he's throwing it. Johnny on the spot, Spradling able to catch it, and then take it in the end zone. We're going to get a false start here on them.
So, who had the pressure? Was it
I couldn't
Goss
see.
or?
I was watching the play develop down
Woods?
here. I'm not sure who hit him. But somebody hit him right as he throw, making the throw
Right.
kind of come out a little wobbly and with not a whole lot of tempo on it. And Spradling was there. I'm not sure who made the initial hit.
So false start by the Rangers means the extra point will come from the 25 instead of the 20. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it's good. So the Rangers go up 20-10. We'll have a timeout on the field on the Rangers Network.
Got the tickets?
Yep, I got them right here. I'll see you at 9.
Call GVTC today for our premium Wi-Fi service. Because Wi-Fi dead zones are downright
terrifying.
GVTC, official Wi-Fi of the undead.
So 4 minutes gone here in the third quarter. We've run 3 plays, all incomplete passes, and we have a touchdown because we got an interception return.
Yeah, so we talked about all 3 phases of the game so far. Offense has a touchdown, special teams has a touchdown, now defense has a touchdown. So that's Ranger football for you right there.
Amaya will kick it off with the dancing tubas in front of our window. It will sail through the end zone as it usually does, so not a big deal. Ball will come out to the 25, and that's where Hayes will start for their second possession of the second half. First one ended in that interception return.
Yeah, and like you said, the offense went out and had three and out with 3 incomplete passes, so maybe took 10 seconds off the clock. And
19 to be exact.
19 seconds off the clock, so that brings their total up to about 3.5 minutes total in the game. So needless to say, the defense has been out there a lot.
Boy,
and,
I tell you what, they've got to be getting tired, and that's why you've seen some.
Yeah, you've seen the punt block, scoop, and score, then the pick 6. And so even though they're scoring touchdowns, they're not giving themselves much of a break. But
motion,
we'll take it.
Fullback takes it. Duffy meets him. Dudzikowski's there as well. And so is Hack. So everybody's, when they're in tight, everybody's in tight. That's why Duffy's getting back there so quick, because he's got nobody to cover.
Yeah, when they're in that compressed set, double wing set, no wide receivers, that corner has to come in and basically be the edge setter and force everything back inside. And so just like in that Wagner game we talked about, a lot of times these corners are going to have to be way more involved in the run game and against this style of offense than they normally are.
So they split a receiver either way. Here's Noriega on a slot end around. Hack gets him. Little or no gain. The ball's up to, what are we at, the 27 now, so it's 3rd and 7.
Yeah, good job by Hack. He's the backside defensive end, and he runs it down from behind. Looks like we were doing a pretty good job of setting the edge out there. Don't know how much would have been out there anyways. But a big tackle for loss, a Hack running it down from the backside defensive end position.
So 3rd down and 8. Ball at the 27. They split a receiver out either way. Ames takes the snap, wants to throw. Has a man in the flat, throws it over the top. Has a man down the field, and it's dropped.
Oh,
goodness. Out on the pass play, that's Lotwin Baker, the junior, who caught a pass early in the first half and hasn't had a chance since until that one, and he dropped a potential touchdown there for them.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He had a couple steps on Gingrich. I didn't see. Typically, Gingrich is not going to get beat, so it makes me wonder if it was a double move, an and go of some kind. I know they ran a speed out by number 2 because I saw the safety triggering downhill, which means one-on-one on the outside. But they had a step or two, and the ball was a well-thrown ball, and we're fortunate that he was not able to hang on there.
Andre Walker will try a punt for the second time. His first one was blocked for a touchdown. This one he gets off just barely as Hack got in there. To receive it is Duffy. Avoids one tackler, has a seam down the sideline, and he'll get shoved out of bounds as he crosses the 30. So Rangers again with good field position on a punt return of about 30-plus yards by Jackson Duffy.
There's a penalty in the backfield where usually it's like roughing the kicker, but I don't think that's the case. We have a player.
And they might have a hold.
I believe that's Cannon Day. He had his helmet off and a little scruffle going on.
Personal foul.
Yeah. Their player number 21, Baker, who just dropped it, obviously probably has some leftover frustration. It looked like a personal foul penalty. They're calling it against us, I guess, but I don't understand how.
So it's from the
return.
There's
us.
no return. So
I don't know what's going on.
Is it their ball? Certainly, it's our ball, right? Yes.
It would have to be our ball.
So just from where the return was, they mark 10 yards, and that's where we'll start first and 10.
Coach Hill's asking the same thing we are. Like if
we had the return.
If it's a dead ball,
yeah,
then we should get it from where the end of the run was. They're almost adding 15 to where we caught the ball. If it was during the play, then it should be a first down them. And if it was dead ball after the play, then we should get 15 from where we.
Makes no sense, but we have the ball at the 35, first and 10. That's confusing. 6:33 to go, third quarter. Two receivers both to the far sideline. Walker, shotgun snap, gives it to Sowersby, who tried to make a move, and now they've just gang tackled him and trying to get the ball out of his hand, but can't. A bunch of them there, including the first man to get him was one of the cornerbacks, Joel Gonzalez. So no gain at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Ranger offense go on a good steady drive here, give the defense time to rest. As we've talked about multiple times, they've been on the field 90% of this game, so you'd love to see a good extended drive by the Rangers here, a couple first downs, capped off with some points to give the defense a break.
Well, we're averaging 40 points a game. They give up about 30 a game, and our offense hasn't had a whole lot of. There's Sowersby now, loose on the outside. First down yardage, finally shoved out of bounds. The tackle continued out of bounds, and there's a flag. That was that cornerback Gonzalez who wrestled him, and then once he got him out of bounds, then threw him down. That should be 15 extra yards for the Rangers. The line judge threw the flag. Ranger coaches trying to listen in.
They're saying it's on us?
They're going to say unsportsmanlike conduct on us. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
So we get the first down, and then it's 15 yards back.
So we get a fresh set of downs, but we go back 5 yards from where we originally started. Must have been something to where maybe one of our linemen or somebody else came and
well, no, they're saying
after the play was over and shoved somebody thinking the play was still going on.
It's a new set of downs. That's correct. Now the stick's finally moving. So it's 1st and 10 now from the 31. I still don't understand that one either.
They're saying it was a dead ball. We got the first down and then a personal foul. So the first down counts, but they're backing us up 15. I didn't see anything.
Well, I saw him tackle us and he threw him down out of bounds after they were both out of bounds. In any event, the Rangers split receivers. Walker checks the sideline after seeing if anybody would jump. And Rangers are going to call a timeout. Coach Hill didn't like the look of that.
Yeah, I think they got the play in a little bit late because they were trying to get an explanation for what the heck just happened. And it was one of those hard counts, check with me in the sideline and have a new play, and they just were running low on time, so they decided to take a timeout there. But
so as a coaching staff, you're frustrated. You're winning the game 20-10, but your offense really hasn't done much today. What are you saying in the huddle? Are you talking about sharpness? Are you talking about let's execute better? Or what are you talking about?
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily a situation other than, you know, they went 3 and out their first half of the second, their first drive of the second half. But, you know, I think it's more of they haven't had a chance to get into the rhythm of a game yet.
Yeah.
You know, they got the ball, their first possession. They scored 4 or 5 plays on a short field after a failed onside kick attempt. And then they had a 2-play drive, try to kick a 60-yard field goal. And so really it's probably, hey, just calm down. And let's just do what we do, and let's get into the flow of the game. Usually you're getting into the flow of the game before 5 minutes left in the third quarter, but here we are.
Right. 5:22 on the third quarter clock. Split receivers. Actually, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Day is near. Motion from the H-back. We give it. Sowersby breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, avoids another couple of attackers, and has another first down, his second first down run in a row. And the Ranger offense now has some rhythm to start with.
So. Yeah, and he is very impressive in that he can stop and start in a hurry. That ball was originally going to be bounced outside. He came to a complete stop, jump cut back inside, then got north and south, able to pick up a first down there. And like you said, hopefully getting the Ranger offense back on track a little bit, get everybody calmed down, settled in, and go on a drive here. But I'll tell you what, I would like to see, get some of those wide receivers involved, like a Day or a Duffy, and getting some of those guys ball in their hands.
Well, even with nothing else, we've had 2 first down runs, aside from all the penalties. Freund got loose, and it's incomplete. Freund was a step beyond the defender. The ball didn't get there until late, and the defender went up. Jackson went up and high-pointed it. Freund did a nice job getting it out of his hands.
Yeah, so often we compress those receivers down, and they go block the safeties in the run game. That time we tried to fake the block and stutter and then burst. And I think Ryland, with that wet field, it looked like when he took his step to throw, his foot kind of slipped out from underneath him a little bit. And he wasn't able to get as much on the throw. Obviously, he's got the arm strength to be able to put that out in front of Freund. I think his front foot slipped a little bit, and that's what he was not able to get as much on it as what he normally would.
Walker, we're going to give it to Freddie, coming near side, has a blocker in front of him and uses his blocks well to get near first down yardage. He goes out of bounds at the 47. That's close to a first down. We'll have to see where they spot it.
First down.
And
good.
They are moving the sticks.
A lot of people think of reverses and handoffs where we go one way, block the other way as kind of exotic plays or trick plays. That's just a normal part of the Ranger offense. We see those at least 4 or 5 times a game. They practice it a lot, just as much as they do a lot of their other base runs. And so that's why they have so much success with it. It's not a trick play in their mind.
What we haven't seen in a while is the Bafetus play where the H-back gets a little reverse. We haven't seen that in a couple of games. They jump early. Sowersby goes right, has a seam, has a hole, avoids a tackler, carries another tackler 5 yards, has the ball all the way inside the 25-yard line for another Ranger first down.
Yeah, and they're gambling a little bit. You called it. They're close to being offsides, but they're mugging those inside backers up a lot, bringing pressure. And we say it all the time. When you do that, you can make us look bad a time or two. If you're able to get us in the backfield. But if we're able to break through that initial line of scrimmage, then there's nobody left when you gamble. And that time they brought both inside linebackers. Great job by the O-line up front creating a seam, and Sowersby did the rest.
So from the 23, it's 1st and 10 for the Rangers. Walker to Sowersby. Bounces out, then stops, spins inside, gets hit, and gets backed up by Melendez. But then the offensive line helps him get even more yardage. Not quite a first down to the 13, but it's close.
I'll tell you what, I'm just getting more and more impressed with Sowersby as the weeks go on. We've always known that he's been that glide slasher type of back. But really, in the last couple weeks, he's shown his ability to lower his shoulder and also be a very physical runner at the end of runs. And that's a perfect example right there. He picks up a first down when it looked like he would stop a full 3 yards before the first down yardage.
So they did get a first down. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Receivers in tight. H-back is Freund. We'll flip it to Freddie. Comes far side to near, gets a good gain, then gets caught from behind, tackled from behind by Cardenas, the defensive end. So a gain of about 2 to the 11. It'll be 2nd and 8. Freddie's frustrated there.
Yeah, he was close. He saw the seam, and he was somebody got his shoestring. That's about the 2nd or 3rd time tonight someone's got him by the shoestring. I think that if he's able to get through that one, that he's cruising into the end zone. Had it blocked pretty well in front of him. But good effort there by the defense. Someone laid out there and just shoestring tackle to save a touchdown.
So from the 11, it's 2nd down. Game clock nearing the 2-minute mark. Walker gives it to Sowersby, blocking on the right side. He's got a seam, he's got a hold, he's in the end zone. Sowersby, another touchdown. Brad, that's touchdown number 11, his 2nd of the night.
And I'm going to say this, Sowersby is a really good running back, so I'm not saying this to take anything away from him, but I think I could have scored on that one.
I think we both
That was
could've.
such a beautiful job up front by the big boys. Those tackles and guards over there, Peterson and Big Mac and Garcia at center and Anderson and Jenkins and all those guys. We got it sealed, and the one guy that was outside, we kept pushing him to the outside, and Sowersby never even had to make a cut.
Dornberg was the H-back, and he blocked as well.
We had a perfect view of it from right here in the press box, and it just parted like the Red Sea, and he just didn't even have to make a cut going into the end zone. So good run by him, but even better blocking up front by the big boys.
27-10, Rangers on top on the Rangers Network.
So, where are we eating?
With GVTC's blazing fast fiber speeds,
3.5 stars, not a chance we try anything under 4.
you might feel like other things in life are taking a little longer than before.
Ooh, what sounds better, La Fiesta or Dumpling Palace?
Ooh, Dumpling Palace.
Ew, gross.
We may not be able to speed up your dinner decisions, but we can provide fast and consistent premium Wi-Fi to search all the available options. Enjoy the GVTC difference, and please be patient with things that may have seemed to...
Wait, what are we gonna watch?
Slow down a bit.
Amaya kicks it off again here at the Ranger Stadium and sends it through the end zone. The Rangers up 27-10 on the 11-yard touchdown run by Brad Sowersby, his second of the day. And now Hayes has the ball at their own 25.
It'll be interesting to see, are they going to stick with their kind of game plan of let's try to go on long drives 2 or 3 yards at a time, or okay, we're down 3 possessions now, so we got to air it out a little bit or something. So it'll be interesting to see what their plan of attack is here.
I don't know that they have another way, do they? They've tried throwing it a little bit tonight. This is a fullback handoff. Defensive line got him. I'm not sure which one. We'll see.
I think that was Sosa.
Sosa again. Knocked down the fullback, which is Lofton. That one actually lost a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
And again, those adjustments by the defensive staff, that's the same play that in the first half we were seeing, you know, shoving ahead for 4 or 5 yards and getting on schedule to where it's 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5. It's a big deal when you're able to get an offense like this behind their behind the chains a little bit and force them out of their rhythm.
Ames to Noriego, going far side. The H-back has some room, has a first down. Dudzikowski the first to get to him. Also chasing from behind was Justin Roberts.
Yeah, that's that feast or famine play that they've been running. That's about the 6th time they've run that, and 3 times they've picked up a first down, and the other 3 we've tackled them for a loss. It's that little sweep play to Noriega trying to get to the outside. The times that we've gotten penetration or Hack ran it down from the backside, it was a loss on the play. But the times they're able to get that edge, it's one of their most explosive plays they've had so far.
Ames gives it to the H-back coming this way. Spins out of a tackle. That's Richardson. Then gets stood up at the 44, so a gain of a couple of yards. Maybe 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Looked like a little bit of confusion there in the backfield. There's 2 backs that kind of ran into each other. And then Richardson was able to kind of spin out of there and pick up a couple yards, but they're fortunate that didn't muff a handoff there with the confusion.
As the third quarter clock comes to a close, under 15 seconds right now, they snap it again in a hurry to the fullback, Lofton. That might be the final play with 46-yard line with less than 5 seconds to go. The third quarter clock will come to an end. And after 3 quarters, Rangers lead at 27-10. We're back after this timeout on the Rangers Network.
Hey, I got another one for you. And just look at the hole in this line. You could drive a truck right through there. I mean, the refrigerator William Perry could get a first down there. But you know who's going to get their number called for this one? Yeah, that's right, Dr. Ferris. He's like a ligating linebacker. Boom, just like that. And that's why Ferris Orthodontics is going to get the MVP for this one.
Welcome to Summerhill Dental, your Hill Country dentist. We are located just a few miles from Smithson Valley High School and ready to serve the entire family's needs. We specialize in same-day crowns, implants, sleep apnea, and whole health smiles. We love our community, and we are proud to call ourselves Rangers. Come see us today.
Zach Gingrich with a pick 6 as we come back just a snap late. Ames threw it out to the right flat, and that was not a good place to throw it. Zach Gingrich picks it off and returns it for a touchdown.
Yeah, they tried to throw a little flat route out to the inside receiver, it looked like. A little speed out, assuming that Gingrich was going to carry the outside receiver on a vertical route. Gingrich read it, comes off of the outside receiver, and just jumps in front of the outside route, or the inside route on a speed out. Easy pick 6 for him. And again, Ranger defense 2 touchdowns, special teams 1 touchdown, and the Ranger offense 2 touchdowns. So all 3 phases of the game getting in the action.
The extra point is up and good. 34-10 Rangers back after this timeout on the Rangers Network.
What is going on?
It's this darn whistle, it's broken. What are we gonna do now? The game's only an hour away. We can call Talon's dad with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance. That's not really what he does. Great idea. He has my dad's auto insurance. Yeah, but that's not it either.
Yes, he has my mom's homeowner's insurance.
That's great, but it's not that kind of insurance. Ah!
One of these? We have plenty lying around.
Yes! All right.
Amaya's kickoff. This one's high, won't go far. Fielded at about the 12, up the near sideline. That's one of the return guys. That is Lawton Baker. He's the receiver that dropped the long touchdown possible pass earlier in this quarter, or in the third quarter. So he gets it back out to the 34, a gain of about 22 yards. That's where they'll start 1st and 10.
Yeah, against the wind. I think we call that the MacArthur deal, where we try to kick it up into the wind as high as we can, maybe let the ball hit the ground. They did a good job adjusting, getting their hands on it, and he got good return in their best field position of the night off of a kickoff for sure.
So Ames will take the snap and give it to Gonzalez on the H-back reverse. He'll get a couple of yards up to the 46 or 36, pardon me. A gain of 3 at 2nd and 7. The Rangers there, though, in a hurry. Both Miller and Hack were out there along with Gingrich.
Yeah, just good overall defensive pursuit there. It looked like he had the edge and was going to pick up more yardage than just 2 or 3. But we rallied and had 2 or 3 guys come from the inside out and tackle him for a short gain. You see their coach was yelling at somebody, and I guess must have missed an assignment that he thought maybe could have been the difference between that and a bigger play.
So they're all tight again on 2nd down. Fakes the pitch. Has a man in the flat, and I think we picked it off again. Gingrich again. Up the far sideline, has some blockers, gets shoved out of bounds, and I think the defense will be okay with that, right? So now they don't have to go right back out after a kickoff.
Yeah, they were about to have to get 2 pick sixes and go right back out there, but I guarantee you he wanted to get that one in the end zone because, you know, the inter-team banter going on. The defense can say, we got more touchdowns than you, offense. So two defensive touchdowns, special teams touchdown, 2 offensive touchdowns, and another turnover. Another great read there by Gingrich, dropping off his initial guy he was supposed to cover, reading the quarterback's eyes, getting a big interception. The Ranger offense gets
ball intended for tight end Jace Thomas. Gingrich stole it away from him. Now the offense, 1st and 10 from their 24. 2 receivers near side, an H-back. And a handoff. Is that Spradling?
Spradling.
1st down yardage inside the 10 to the 8.
Now it's the Hayes defense looking a little tired.
Well, yeah, they've been out there for 4 or 5 minutes, haven't they?
Yeah, good blocking up front. Spradling makes one linebacker miss, and then safety's able to wrangle him down, but not until about a 12, 13-yard gain there.
We break the huddle just under 20 on the play clock, so a lot of time. 1st and goal from the 9. H-back moves. Walker turns around, says something to Spradling, gives him the ball, going right. Has some blocks, has a lane. He's into the end zone. That was easy. 10:06 to go in the 4th quarter. The Rangers up 40-10 with the extra point to come.
Yeah, again, phenomenal blocking up front by the O-line. The right side over there opened up a crease. Spradlin, outside zone that they've been running so effectively for the entire year, makes one cut and doesn't have contact until 2 yards deep into the end zone.
Extra point is up and good. It's 41-10. We'll keep it here. We've had about 10 timeouts or 10 score changes in the last, well, in just a couple of minutes. So that is the 4th touchdown of the second half, right?
Yeah, we were only up 13-10 at half.
Yeah. 13-10, yeah.
Yeah, 13-10, and defense has been doing great adjustments, and so they not only have been not letting them go on drives and getting 3 and outs, but also created turnovers. Obviously, 1 pick six of their own, but then another pick to set us up inside the 20-yard line for a short field. And so Rangers coming out in the second half and extending this lead quite a bit after being only up 3. And at halftime, they're already up by 31 now.
Amaya will kick from the far hash. We'll see what he does with this one. The wind has picked up just a tad. We said 10-15, maybe 15-18. So he'll put a toe to it and kicks it as far as he can into this wind. It'll bounce through the end zone. Lands short of the end zone, then go into the end zone. The returner, I wonder what would have happened if that had popped straight up.
Yeah.
He'd have been in trouble because he didn't want to touch it.
Yeah, he was fortunate that it took a forward bounce and went into the end zone there. Landed at about the 4-yard line. A lot of time that ball check up, and he'd have had a hard time getting it out past the 10 or 15-yard line if that ball didn't roll through the end zone. But nonetheless, they get the ball on the 25. See if our defense go out there and get another quick change. Got a few different guys in there getting some playing time.
Yes, indeed.
Here in the 4th quarter, up by 31. So a few starters still out there, but also seeing some other guys roll in.
So it's 1st and 10. Richardson in motion. Their H-back came out of his stance and kind of hopped. We give it to the running back out in the flat. The Rangers there, though, and smother him.
Yeah, good inside-out pursuit by Cannon Day, the linebacker there. He was kind of manned on the back, so when they motioned him out to throw it to, he went with them and was able to beat the seal block that was coming from one of the offensive linemen, and he makes a big tackle for loss there.
Davis Kuhn, one of the backup tackles around there, along with Bennett Coate. So out of a tight set, they'll give it to the fullback. Not much going that way for Lofton as he gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe falls forward for a couple of yards. Ball spotted at the 26. It's 3rd and 9.
Looked like sophomore linebacker Hornsby was in there helping with the tackle. And again, defense coming out doing a good job. Got some other guys rolling through there, but for the most part, this is still Hayes' #1 offense out there trying to get it, a little bit of work in. And so good job by the Ranger defense so far, creating a 3rd and long.
Aims to throw, near sideline, has a man and overthrows him. Again, one of their receivers, Villalobos, who hasn't caught a ball tonight, only 9 on the season, and it's incomplete and 4th and long.
Yeah, I tried to run a corner route, pretty good coverage there by our safety, Ryan Vela, #5. was running stride for stride with him. Ball was overthrown a little bit, but I think even if that was an accurate ball, Vela might have got his hand in there and broke it up. So good job by the defense and got some other guys in there and able to force a 3 and out. And so I would expect to see us roll a few other guys on offense as well once we trot back out there.
8:41 to go. Clock stopped as Walker comes out to punt. First one blocked. Next 2 off cleanly. Davila will fair catch it at the 37, 38-yard line. That's where the Rangers will start 1st and 10.
Let's see who we got in the huddle out there. I see Ryland in the huddle. Not sure if he's going in or just trying to listen in on the play call. You might see the starters go out there, maybe get 1 first down or something like that, then start rolling some guys in there. But Sowersby looks like he's off to the side, so his night might be done.
So 8.5 minutes to go in the game. 41-10 Rangers.
Yeah, we got Carvajal
out to play quarterback.
And again, with still 8 minutes left in the game, you would expect to see not just hand the ball off every time. We expect to see some throws out of Carvajal here. Maybe see Day get involved a little bit.
Carvajal, low snap, wants to throw, has a man in the middle of the field, and I think he completes it.
Yeah, that was number 42, Barrett Lopez, the tight end, getting a catch.
Lopez with his 2nd reception of the season.
Good job by Carvajal. It was kind of a bobbled snap, and he had the wherewithal to still get in rhythm, and deliver a good little hook route in there to Barrett.
I think we both saw that Lopez was covered pretty good, and he's still able to get it in there. So a gain of 7 makes it 2nd down and 3. De Hoyos takes the handoff and busts right through the line, gets almost to the secondary before he's wrestled down by one of their safeties.
Again, that's still their starting defense in there for the most part, and good job by the backup offensive lineman still getting push on that stretch play. I'll tell you what, I like the way De Hoyos runs, man. He's he a lot like very similar style to Sowersby in the sense of kind of a slasher and a glider. But I like it when he's on that outside zone, when he plants that one cut and he gets north and south in a hurry.
He does get somewhere in a hurry. 41-10. Game clock now under 7.5. Carvajal takes the snap, gives it to Hoyos, straight up the middle, busts forward, gets 5 out of what could have been nothing as he muscles his way through.
Yeah, that time they hand off right down the middle. I think it was one of those, the word that everybody, all the commentators, and you watch college football on Saturday and Sunday, everybody loves the term RPO. I think that was more of a run tag where it's not a post-snap read, where he could have thrown the little bubble screen out here today or handed off. He saw that number 22, the outside linebacker, was walked out pretty far, so he decided to hand it off. Good decision by Carvajal here, but I wouldn't be surprised for him to come back to that, see if they can throw one of those little run tag things and get Day involved in here a little bit.
Motion. They'll flip it. This is Day, and he's got a 1st down carry inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. It's 1st and 10 Rangers.
Again, it's great to see, and it's a staple, or it's a tribute to the Ranger program overall, that we put the second group of guys out there on defense. They get a 3 and out against the starting offense, and you put the second group of offense out here, and they're still executing at a high level. You wouldn't be able to tell that these guys were quote-unquote backups because they're executing against the starting defense as well. So true testament to the program.
Motion by Day again. Carvajal fakes it to De Hoyos. Not real sure what that was, as he'll slide down a loss of a couple of yards back to,
you see the replay. I don't think that was supposed to be a fake. I think it was supposed to hand it off.
He bobbled it. He never had control of
his
it.
Hands as he was trying. And it's a shame, too, because we ran the counter play there, and there was a crease there. I think De Hoyos would have
got a good game.
Good chunk of yardage there, but the ball slipped out of his hand while he was trying to hand that ball off.
So 2nd and 15 back at the 42. Or 37, pardon me. Motion again by Day. We give it to Hoyos. Has a blocker in front of him. Has a hole. Gets back past the original line of scrimmage to the 29. That'll be a gain of about 8. And that'll set up a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I guess the coaches saw what I saw. There was something there on that counter play, and so they ran it again. They added a little bit of eye candy by bringing Day in motion there, but it ended up being the same play, the GF counter. That time a good crease and picked up a good chunk to make the third manageable.
Let's go ahead and do it again.
Yeah. Stretch.
H back. Now we look to the sideline. Carvajal takes the snap, gives it to Hoyas, has room to bounce, has first down yardage, gets bumped and goes down as one of their linebackers gave him a good chunk of a bump.
Yeah, they had numbers down here into the boundary.
Hold on, I got to say this name. Cedric Dratcherberg had the tackle.
You've been waiting all night to say that.
I've been waiting all night. He hadn't played much tonight, but he got the tackle there.
You were looking over the roster of this week, and you were just waiting for that name to come up. Yeah, but it was a good play there. They had numbers to the stretch down the field in that 3-3 stack. They had their overhang to the field, so we had numbers, and so good call by the coaching staff.
Day in motion, takes the flip, has a blocker, has one man to beat, and he doesn't get past him. Good inside pursuit from one of their linebackers, I think. But a gain of what, 3 or 4 to the 16? It's second down and 6.
A good little flip play there, and good job by Day sticking his foot and getting positive yardage there. Good positive first down play.
So receiver either way. Motion by the H-back to the right side. De Hoyos takes it, avoids one tackler, then the second tackler, that's Tresh, the safety, comes up and hits him. So a gain only to the 15 of a yard. It's 3rd and 5. Tresh, just a sophomore, has a backup safety, making a couple plays for them.
We're taking our time getting it in.
Game clock goes under 3 minutes to play. Play clock at 15 as we break the huddle. Both receivers go to the far sideline. Carvajal takes the snap, throws it to Day with a blocker of a receiver. He gets through and he's in the end zone. Great job. Brody Day gets a touchdown, his second of the year, and the Rangers go to 47 with an extra point to come.
Yeah, there's 3 over 2 out there, and that's a phenomenal job. I think that might have been Camacho out there blocking for him. He picked up one of them, and Day did the rest. You can see on the replay, there's 3 guys out there, and they went all for now. You see Camacho there, the guy who's supposed to be the outside contain guy. Camacho hooks him, pushes him inside, and Day does a good job busting to the outside, and all 3 guys got pinned inside. Great block by Camacho. Good read by Day. Good to see him get into the end zone.
I think this is McGinnis with the extra point.
Yeah.
And it's no good. Freund on the hold. So 47-10, Rangers take a big lead. 2.5 to go in the game. We'll take a timeout on the Rangers Network.
Got the tickets?
Yep, I got them right here. I'll see you at 9.
Call GVTC today for our premium Wi-Fi service. Because Wi-Fi dead zones are downright
terrifying.
GVTC, official Wi-Fi of the undead.
We're back to Ranger Stadium, 47-10 Rangers. They have dominated the second half.
Let McGinnis kick off here. So I would imagine it wouldn't go into the end zone as a touchback. So we'll get to see the coverage unit here.
We'll see if we can cover this one as well as usual.
Pretty good kick.
It's going toward the sideline, fielded there at the 8-yard line. First guy misses him, then he avoids a couple of tacklers and gets up to near the 30, maybe the 28-yard line, where they'll start 1st and 10 with 2:25 to go in the game, and a late flag.
Wow, it was
pushing the back, it looks like.
Yeah, apparently it was pretty obvious because I saw 3 refs at the same time launch the flag as far as they possibly could. So I think it was the one that was right, the guy closest to our sideline. Something must have happened because, like I said, all 3 refs pulled that flag out and launched it. So that'll push them back a little bit.
So they'll start from their own 21.
Some other guys in the game. We'll try to call them out as we can.
This is Noriega coming near side. Has a seam, has the sideline. We'll get to him about midfield as he's shoved out of bounds. Good job by the Ranger defense catching him there. That was Drayden Bonet with the tackle.
Yeah, that's that play they've had success on a number of times tonight. That open sweep play to Noriega and having numbers out front. And that time they were able to seal the edge and get their biggest gain of the night on that play.
So from the Ranger 49, Ames wants to throw, has some pressure, avoids the pressure, now lofts it up in the air and incomplete as he didn't get it very close to his receiver.
A pretty good job on the back end by our secondary of staying home, and then good pressure up front, throwing off his timing. He was ready to throw it after he bootlegged out, but he had to avoid oncoming defender, and by the time he got his feet set back under, he kind of covered him up, and good job of forcing incompletion there by Ranger defense.
So 2nd and 10, clock stops with 2:12 to go in the game. Receiver either side. Inside handoff, Gonzalez slips and falls on the logo. After a gain of a couple, it'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, it looked like it was that same play that Noriega ran down here. They ran it up to the wide side of the field to Gonzalez, and looked like they had a little bit going there, but I think he slipped down, and 3rd and long here, and they're going to try to go quick.
They are going to go quick. The receiver almost didn't get set. Here's Noriega coming toward us on the near side. Good job by Vela to come up.
Yeah, really good open field tackle by Vela.
And put him down after a short gain of a couple, maybe up to the 46. It'll be 4th down and about 7.
Yeah, they had the edge again. That time it was a good job, a quick trigger by Vela, recognizing the play and running downhill from a safety spot in the alley. Able to make a really good open field tackle on a really good athlete for a minimal gain and bring up a 4th and 7, 4th and 8.
So 4th down again. They want to throw. Ames has a man down the near sideline. It's Gonzalez, and he overthrows him again. And they'll turn it over on downs, and that'll be it.
So Rangers will get the ball back here with about 1 minute and 12 seconds left. And obviously we'll see some other guys get in the game, and Rangers should run this clock out, and Rangers will win the district championship just like and stay undefeated in district for the last 2 years.
Rangers will improve to 8-1 overall and 6-0 in district play. They play at Seguin next Friday night at 7. We'll be there with you on the Rangers Network. So from the 46, who's going out to quarterback?
It's Carvajal again.
No.
Yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah, it is. I'm sorry, I saw a 9, but that's the H-back. So a bunch of new Rangers out there, and we're going to have to call a timeout because we had too many men on the field.
Yeah, we had some substitution issues there, so instead of quote-unquote breaking the huddle with 12 and taking the 5-yard penalty, we're going to take a timeout there and get the right personnel. It's always a challenge in these types of situations at the end of the game when trying to roll guys in every play, and that time we had one too many, so took a timeout to avoid a penalty.
So the Rangers, Hayes will fall to 3-6, 1-5 in district play. They're in 6th place, tied with MacArthur. MacArthur hosts Canyon tonight. Sorry, we don't have scores for that one right now.
Let me see.
Maybe we'll have it for you before we sign off. Shouldn't be more than 2 plays, should it?
I would think not, unless out of bounds or we happen to throw a pass incomplete or something.
Carvajal hands it off, and we got a runner on the loose. DeToto goes into the secondary before he's dragged down. 1st down yardage will stop the clock briefly with 1:04 to go, but it'll start again as the ball spotted at the 34, and they've got a player down on the field.
Looks like actually Canyon and Mac moved their game to tomorrow. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, because MacArthur being in that Northeast League, one of the fields were being used by the other teams. So Canyon and Mac don't play till tomorrow.
Okay.
But
last night, Wagner clobbered Seguin.
Yeah, and then Champion is beating Lehman right now 35 to 14.
Okay.
So that should lock up a playoff spot for Champion.
Should, yes.
And I think last night locked up second place for Wagner, I believe. So, and I think
with Seguin losing, Canyon wins. That gives them an advantage.
Yeah, I'm not 100%, so don't quote me on this, but I think it'll go Smithson Valley, Wagner, Bernie, Champion, and Canyon. We'll get that last spot. That'll be our 4 representatives. There might be some off-the-wall scenario that could change that, but that's how it looks right now with only 1 game left in the season. Unless, of course, something happens unexpected tomorrow night where Canyon drops 1 to Mac.
Not sure what happened, but that's Renee Cruz walking off the field for well, here go the Rangers. 54 seconds to go. It's an end around, and he's planted. Woo.
Yeah, that was number 10, Trish again, or Trish.
Dallas Clark was the receiver. He got planted. Trish again with another tackle. We'll huddle up. We've got 10 seconds between the play clock and the game clock, so we'll have to run 1 more play. And if it's a fair play with no flags and somebody gets tackled in the field of play, this could be the final play. DeToto, the tailback, we're leaning. He takes the handoff, gets to the line of scrimmage, and then gets shoved back.
That'll do it.
That should do it. We're down to 15. The 2 teams go to their respective sides, but we don't have to run another play. The headsets are coming off. The Rangers will improve to 8-1 overall, 6-0 in district play, and will be District 12 5A champions for the 2nd year in a row. So, let me tell you, Brian, we'll be together again next Friday night at Seguin, and it'll be fun because that's a road game.
Yeah, and Seguin, they had some renovations to their stadium in the last couple of years, so really nice setup they've got. Good press box, good field, and everything like that. It's always fun going over to Seguin, kind of one-horse town, and the community behind it and everything like that. So it should be a good, fun final regular season test for the Rangers as we make a push towards the playoffs.
So the Rangers again win. They beat the Hawks 47-10, your final score. So for Brian Hill and everyone to do with Wick Productions, including our camera people tonight, Jenna, Krista, and Michael, thanks to them for getting you great pictures tonight. This is Tony Brubaker saying good night and God bless. We'll talk to you again next Friday night on the Rangers Network.